Right, forgot to put the mic on, so let's do this again. So this is a 1 year review now, okay? So I'll talk you through where I am so far. I'll have to do a bit of, well, I'll have to track back a bit. Anyways, I'm going to talk you. So this is a stock that I was supposed to buy at the time. This was the point I was supposed to buy, but instead I sold it. By selling it, I actually lost out on money, £100, okay? So then I bought it back and I made obviously profit. However, had I done my homework properly, because the last 2 months I've been so busy with working 70 hours a week, I actually forgot that the day I took this out, the day after it was its reports for earnings, and I knew my information told me that this was going to be on breakout, so I was meant to keep it past the earnings into breakout, but I completely forgot about it, and as a result I made some profit, but I would have made basically 4 times that amount of profit, 4 times. But anyways, you win some, you lose some. This is how it is. Anyways, what I'm going to show you is how I made that loss. So as you know, I'm not secretive when it comes to my stocks and trades. I'm open, and I made that mistake where I sold the stock because I deliberately was extremely busy. And because I was busy, oh yeah, check this one out. Yeah, see? There, I made the loss. Can you see? I made £100 loss here. And I made that loss because I was so busy that particular day. I meant to buy. Instead of buying, I put that as a sale for that price. But that was the price I was supposed to buy. I already had investments in that stock. Anyways, lesson learned, never ever trade in a rush. But having a family and being, all the rest of it, it's difficult to manage. Anyhow, I've made profits. I've made hundreds and hundreds. I know I made small profit, but each one of them add up. Each one of my profit add up, whether you like it or not. And I'm going back to my strategy. The reason why I'm going back to my strategy is because my strategy is safer than £13 profit here than other approaches. See, look how many trades I've done, and I've made profit on all of them. £10 here, because I realized when you go big on a stock, you can come out big or you can come out opposite, lose greater. And remember, when the market or stock drops, it drops far greater, and the loss is far bigger and far more painful than the gain, and the gains are slow. So I've gone back to my own strategy that's steady, that manages my risks, and it enables me to gain steady, slow income. That's the whole point. I don't want to be stock trading for the sake of gambling, but I do want to make profit consistently. So since that particular loss that I made of £100, which was self-inflicted, completely an error. It's purely an error, totally an error. That was it, basically. I should have double checked my trade before executing it. Lesson learned. So yeah, like I said, I bought and sold stocks. I've made successful trades, and I gotta say, in the last 3 months, I've made, well, you can see I've made many trades, and I've made profit. You can see that my success rate is 100%. I'm happy to tell you that my success rate on stocks has been 100%. I've made profit on all of them. You can see them all. You can see my past ones. You can see I've made profit. I've made profit on all my stocks. Now, my approach enabled me to make a good return on my investment. See, profit. I've executed so many of them with profit. I don't know why it's not showing here. And like I said, I've become quite good at it now. When it comes to, when it comes to buying and selling stocks. See, I've become very good at it, alhamdulillah, and I've learned a way of doing it. I've taken my experiences from the beginning, and I've learned from my mistakes, and I've made my stock trading watertight and more profitable. Even this stock I traded, and I made some profit. Anyways, as you can see, I've made hundreds and hundreds of trades, and I've got an overall, roughly speaking, a success rate of, I would say, 90% accuracy. So my overall success rate over the whole year period is about 90%. Over the last few months, it's about 100% accurate. And I think my stock trading has become much better in the last few months, because I've been able to study and evaluate my stock trading and then go into stock trading now with all that information, which also involves mathematical formulas and indicators and news and so much more that I've learned to use in combination to enable me to make a decision that is going to produce highest possible yield and lowest possible risk. And if there is a risk, then I then know how to mitigate that risk or manage that risk. So stock trading is exciting if you learn to manage your risks. So this is my profit. So technically that profit should sit at 2,772 pounds. That should be the profit margin. But obviously I lost £100, as I showed you previously, from that error I've made. However, I made that money back. The money I lost, I made that back. And the money I have traded with is not 20,000. It's actually, I withdrew the money within 1 month after. So technically it's 19,000 I actually been trading with. And thus we will do a calculation as to what's my current ROI. So this is my current stock. Here we are as we stand. Now I'm looking at realigning these stocks to somewhere else. So I'm going to be withdrawing most of that money to invest somewhere else. That's going to give me a greater return than my current stock trading portfolio. So currently I'm on 14% per year. So my ROI for this last year will have been 14%. Like I said, I will be reallocating this and all that money into somewhere else, real estate. That's going to give me just over 25% ROI. But saying that, I will then look at investment in going back to stock trading with a small amount of money. Right now, from this year to next year, I have a goal, which is investment goal that involves being aggressive. So I look at stock trading as a safe, well, funny enough, a safer option and more, well, progressive, but that's going to appreciate. Well, it's not, well, my investment is only going to increase potentially if I make the right call, but it won't appreciate in value. Whereas I'm looking at investing in real estate for the next year or so that my total investment will increase far more than the market value. I'll go into detail as to how I do this in another video, or maybe I won't. I don't have the time for that, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, my plan for this year is not to invest 20,000 or 40,000 that I've been playing with in my stock trading. Rather, I'll probably play this particular game of stock trading, swing trading in particular, with around a couple of £1,000. That's what I'll be doing this year going forward. But I think in 2 years' time, I'll come back to stock trading I'm looking at investing about another £60,000-70,000 and trade with that regularly. Like I said, how I do things, it's in a systematic way that I have a plan and a process and phase and so on and so forth. So like I said, right now I'm going to allocate that money somewhere else for a greater ROI, and I'll still continue stock trading but with lesser amount, inshallah. The stocks I buy, they tend to be halal. Well, they are all halal. If they're not halal, I won't buy them, and I'll trade off these. Currently I'm sitting on negative, as you can see, but I'm not too worried. I should be able to make nice profit on all of them. They were on profit recently. I've had success on them. I've also learned to develop. I also have my favorite stocks that I like to trade with regularly, with a lot of confidence. And because I've traded with these stocks so often, I know their movements and I can predict their movements, ups and downs basically. So that enables me to go into a stock trade with confidence as well as managing risks. Anyway, I'll keep it under 10 minutes. This is an update. So far, I'm in positive. Alhamdulillah.